Hello everybody, this is Danielle and I am back with another process video. I'm going to be working with my Ali Edwards story kit for this layout. And I'm going to be scrapbooking these two photos of my daughter and her first snowman that she got to build this year. So I started out with this blue piece of paper, but I cut it a little small and I don't like how thick this border is. So what I decided to do was to bring in another layer into my layout, so that way the border would be closer to what I was wanting it to be. So I'm using this picture of my husband and my daughter and their really awesome snowman that they built. I think they did a good job on it. And then I also had to include this smaller picture of my daughter just dressed up in her coat and hat and mittens. When this was like the first big snowfall that we had, and it was the perfect snow to build a snowman with. And when my daughter saw it, she just got so excited and she immediately asked if she could build a snowman. I just, as I was putting her coat and hat and mittens, she was just getting more excited by the second. I'm shocked that she even stopped long enough for me to snap this photo, but I had to include it just because it's super cute. But it just makes me think of how excited she was to go out there and play in the snow. So I had to definitely include both of these photos on the layout. And then I'm going to be bringing a doily into the mix. And I got this at Michael's. It's a Recollections brand, and I'm just going to put it up here in this upper right hand corner just to kind of connect all of those layers together, and then also bring in a different shape. There's a lot of squares going on this layout, and so I thought the circle element brought a little more interest to this layout. And as I'm trying to get this adhered down, I kind of rip it a little bit. So I just turn it around so that you can't see that tear anymore. I usually will cut my doilies in half when I can, and I probably could have cut this one in half, and I don't know why I didn't, but it works out. So I'm pulling out my elements from the story kit, and I loved having a bunch of little things to work with all along the same theme. They were a lot of fun to work with, I thought. And my very favorite part of this kit is this plastic first, and I was saving it for a super special layout, and so at first it kind of bugged me to use it on this layout, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought it really, there's not going to be any perfect layout for this. And besides, this is probably one of my favorite stories of the winter, so I thought it is special enough. But there was this yellow chipboard piece that says the first of many, which I thought was perfect because we definitely live in an area that it snows every winter, so we will be building lots of snowmen in the years to come. And then also there's this little piece that says best time. And I bet if you were to ask London how it was, she would say it was just the best time. She just loved every part of being out there. But one thing that kind of was throwing me off is they were a little small for the space that I wanted to put them in. And because I get the digital package of these kits as well, I decided to just pull both of these elements up in Photoshop and then just make them a little bigger. And so that is one way to utilize that digital package. I get the stamp set and then the story kit and then the digital kit, and I like having all three to work with. So I just took that best time circle and I'm putting it in a metal rim tag there, and I'm having a hard time finding a spot for it on the layout, so I just put it aside. And I think if I don't use it, oh well. I know that I want this banner piece popped up a little bit, and so I just cut some of this foam tape down to use on that. So So my daughter's birthday is in the winter time, and for her very, very first birthday, we had a snowman theme party, and me and my husband made these snowman kits that they used for party favors. And this is the first time we've ever used ours. Every other winter, we've kind of had to keep my daughter inside for one reason or another, but this year she got to go outside and play, and so we got to pull that snowman kit out of the closet that we've had for a couple years. So I didn't know exactly how to adhere this first down. I didn't know, this is some new glue that I got, this Tombow Mono liquid glue, and I didn't know if it would work or not, but I just get it on there, and then I weight it down, and it held perfectly. So that's good to know. But I don't know if it's a fast drying glue or not. I'm trying to look here. You'll see here I weighted it down with a punch, and then I actually went and worked on some laundry, and then came back to this later. So I wasn't gone for a terribly long time, so it doesn't take a long time to dry, but anyway, it did the job. It held it pretty good. So when I came back to this though, I was just looking at it thinking what else I can do, and I had these brads sitting on my desk from another layout, and I thought, oh, that would be good to add to this layout. So I am just adding it to all of the corners of that blue paper that you can actually see. So there's going to be 3 of them. And I got these brads from Michael's. They're a Recollections brand as well. And I just use my needle to poke some holes to make those easier to go through. I remember my first brads that I've ever used, I just try to shove them through my layout, and it just ruined it. It bent it all to heck, and it was kind of funny. So I know I want this banner piece up here in this corner, so I'm going to get that taped down, and then I'm going to work on my journaling. And as you can see, I did it off camera because I didn't know what I wanted to say, and I kind of had to think about it for a while, so I just turned the camera off. But I'm going to use this Dear Lizzie stamp, roller stamp, to get the date on there. And I actually end up redoing this part of my layout. I don't know if you can see in the photos at the beginning or not, but I end up changing that up a little bit. Just because the bottom line of that journaling kind of angles, and it ended up bugging me, so I just redid it. So the date stamp doesn't actually say the fun day like you see in this photo. It's just the date, but it pretty much looks the same. And then I decide to just nestle this best time circle down in the line of that F for the firsts. And I think that ends up looking pretty good. Then I think about adding these stars to the layout, but I decide it looks good just the way it is, and I leave it at that. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.